We find out some things about the new Avatar film, Fire and Ash, that is coming out at the end of this year, 2025. Let's talk about it.
Whoa!
So, whether you like the Avatar movies or not, it cannot be understated how much dadgum money they make. So, people are going out there and seeing it not only in the domestic box office, but also worldwide. These things are freaking juggernauts so far. I think this actually might be a better entry. Just from what I'm seeing, I think the visuals be a better entry for me. But I'm also emo and I like dark stuff and horror and blood and gore and guts. Not saying that's going to be in there, but I like darker imagery. I'm wearing green today because the only green shirt that I have, because achromatic green is out there. Let me show it to you real quick. Shameless plug for my boy Jay David, also known as Drunk 3PO. This came out recently. A lot of y'all were at MegaCon, and I see that light reflecting. So let's try to can we do this in a timely manner? There we go. If you haven't read the book, if you don't know anything about it, I highly suggest that you go read these books. Very family friendly. He did not pay me for the sponsorship because he doesn't need to, and I wouldn't accept it anyway. But let's talk about Avatar Fire and Ash because this is yet another tale from James Cameron. And there's a new sneak peek that looks like nothing we've seen in the Avatar series before. Obviously, we had The Way of Water with the most recent release. That was number 2. And then the first one was Pandora, which is mostly like a rainforest. Now, of course, they're going to bloviate a little bit, so there will probably be a lot more editing in this video than I actually want to do, but they'll be exploring uncharted territory in Avatar Fire and Ash. Now, let's not forget that a lot of these films, I think all the way through 7, have already been filmed. It's just, or at least the stories are already there. I would have to go back and recheck on that. But this time, audience will become familiar with a part of Pandora not as full of life as they've been accustomed to. And the title suggests a new group of Na'vi will be introduced into the mix that will further explore the frontiers of the planet. I'm going to be terrible at pronouncing the names of the different Na'vi tribes. So, the Ash people, known as the Mongquan clan, I feel like you have to say that with a really deep voice and even less enunciation than I put into it, will serve as new antagonists for the Sullys. Of course, not everything is black and white in Avatar because there is no black and is no white, except for the military that is constantly trying to mine the resources of that planet. So prepare to learn about a tragic part of the history that takes center place in the upcoming sequel as released in the concept art. Now, this is a new image of the Ash Village, and this is where most of it's going to be taking place. A barren landscape that has been subject to a devastating natural disaster. What was that natural disaster? I could clown on so many things. I could just say so many jokes about this, but let's try to take it seriously for a little bit before we go into it. And I think the first thing that we should do is look at these pictures. Okay, so here is some of the stuff. Now, obviously, we're not seeing a whole lot of fire, but we are seeing a whole lot of ash. Also, there's something that I've been noticing because in Rings of Power, which this is not something that most people would reference, when they went to the Undying Lands right before Guy Ladriel jumped off the boat and started swimming back, it looked like an ethereal vagina. This also looks like an ash vagina, so maybe this is a fire crotch of the Avatar series. I don't understand why they have to. I shouldn't have put the cursor in there, but I'm going to leave it in there anyway. It doesn't look half bad, but it also does look like trees. I'm not seeing like rock formations or anything like that, and so they're going to have to make it make sense on why it would be formulated like that. And now we go into their basically the bazaar. And yes, this is just concept art. They're still working on finishing the visual effects, but this is a new release, so let's take it with a grain of salt. I think it actually does look like something. Well, actually, this looks like a darker version of every Disney Plus Star Wars TV show, but it just done better. I'm trying to separate the two. Y'all forgive me if I can't do that. Now, this looks cool as shit. These right here, they look like space pirate ships. Also, got a little bit of Floyd from Jet Force Gemini in there going along with it. This actually looks pretty cool. And this, I wonder if, so the last one was Way of Water. because the top looks like a jellyfish or like a manivore, it looks something aquatic. I wonder if this is actually coming from them and this is how they get over there. Maybe this was their warships, even though they were against war and more just wanted to understand water and relied more on the beasts of the sea, as we saw in the finale of Avatar: The Way of Water. But anyway, these are cool as crap designs. And of course, we've seen these since Avatar 1. They also made another appearance in Avatar 2. So, really nothing new to see or talk about here. And then, yeah, we basically just cycled all the way through. So, this is the new concept art, and this is what we're going to see better rendered versions of on the screen. Now, just a little backstory of everything that has been released, so we could talk about it just a little bit. In the next Avatar film, the Mangwan clan gets the spotlight after the Metkaina Navi were the main focus of the Way of Water, and the Ash people are headed by their ferocious leader, Varang, played by Una Chaplin from Game of Thrones. So that might actually be a pretty decent casting. In many ways, she represents the very result of the tragic natural disaster Mangwan has been through, hardened to the core and willing to do whatever it takes to keep her people safe. Now I have to joke. I've been holding it in for so long. Maybe the reason why your little tribe and like your section of the area is fire and burnt to ash is because you put a woman in charge. Now, obviously, that's just a joke. We don't even know what's actually happening in this, but I just have to say it. Maybe, just maybe, Varang is an alternate avatar of Hillary Clinton. Now, okay, all jokes aside, I just had to get that one out because some people care about what I have to say. Not everything is down in Avatar Fire and Ash. Of course, an exciting new addition to the franchise is the Wind Traders, who ride upon behemoth creatures the size of airships. So that was that second picture that we saw. So, all right, the Wind Traders. So that doesn't come from Way of Water. And this is actually more fun to me because I only did a cursory read of this article before I started filming. I saw everything and then didn't comprehend it. So let's go through it now. So that is going to be a completely new addition. I think that's actually kind of cool because I'm kind of getting tired of the Na'vi. And James Cameron has previously said that they are nomadic traders equivalent to the camel caravans of the Spice Road back in the Middle Ages. You could even go further back from the Middle Ages and go to the Jews and the Samaritans and everything that's biblical way before the Middle Ages ever happened. But unlike the Ash people, it seems the Wind Traders keep up with the tradition of introducing a new exciting part to the world of Pandora that is not filled with doom and gloom. So what are they, Santa Claus? Do they just like trade gifts like from their highfalutin ships? Honestly, don't know. And well, that's the end of the article. Honestly, don't know. And yes, I am just making fun of stuff because it's kind of what I do. I take things seriously when they need to be taken seriously. But since we don't know too much, might as well poke fun at things. Might as well have a laugh, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the community. If you like what you see here or agree with anything, what do you think about those concept art images? Because you're going to see that on the big screen. It releases in December of this year at the end of 2025. What do you think about that? Are you excited for it? Do you not care? Either way, it's going to make money. So you might as well get into discussion. This is Malty from the GCA. We will see you later on tonight with Alec Baldwin's finger and a whole lot of great people on Off the Hip. Go follow him over there. Check out that channel. Y'all take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.
That's a lot of nuts!
Oh, wait. I wonder if that's something like Sully from Monsters Inc. and he was a big blue monster and then they're all blue. Anyway, that's a topic for another time.